morning, Cyber Traders. Happy Friday, everyone. Good to see you all back. Nice little crash yesterday, but we had some really beautiful stocks that made some run-ups. We're going to talk a little about them. We got a nice little runner in this COMS. I think we just posted only news on. Looks like Josh just posted the news on that. Shares showing effective of revenue, a 1 to 25 reverse stock split. So, if you're trying to wonder why this thing is up so much, technically it's really not. It's a reverse stock split, but pretty funny. We get some big orders. There's a 200,000 share buyer right now. You got to check this out. Love this. Let me just bring this over so you guys can see that. Look at this. Look at this right here. 206,000 share buyer hovering right around there at this number on COMS right there. Pretty interesting, isn't it? All right. So anyway, that's the stock split that's going on now. I don't know why the numbers look a little wrong over there, but there's definitely something. Oh, you know what? That's a different stock. Duh. COSM. But anyway, that looks pretty interesting that there's a pretty big buyer on that one. Might have to check that one out too. Let me see. That's a COMS. That's Comms. Remember Comms? That was a very interesting stock. Looks like that one's moving pretty good too. Also, I haven't traded that in a while, but it's under $1. But yeah, we got some orders right here. Just bring it up over here. You could see it. You can see the ladder effect kicking in on this stock right here. So you got some orders on pushing the thing up, and that's probably the reason why it's doing it. All right, anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday because there were some good stocks that had some really, really good moves on it. I want to talk about, let's start off with this stock, CIVX. Now, you know what? Before I even go to the stock, let's just talk really quick about what happened with the Dow. So the Dow got crushed yesterday, okay? We were down, like over 800 points. You could see that 34,000 where we started. We went all the way down to almost 33,000. Some of you are still freaking out after what's been happening the last couple of days. And remember, we were almost at 35,000. So we're not looking too good. We heard about the interest rate hike, and obviously with inflation, and this is spilling into all that stuff. Listen, we had a nice little run. Let's be honest. Stock market the Dow ran from 30,000, 29,000, almost to 35,000. Some of you watched the SPY, same thing. We were at 3,600. We were past we were getting close to the 42,000, but we got to the 41,000. So we're getting a lot of good action on it. But you know what? You guys are freaking out. Well, guess what? Josh is doing the swing class today from 12 to 1. So if you want to get into that into that class, jump in there. Make sure you want to learn a little more about it because, listen, it's no different of how we day trade than versus how you swing trade. So we do both. Now, regarding about some of the stocks, look at this stock, ICVX. Holy crap. This thing was unbelievable yesterday. Just in the morning, while everyone's freaking out about the market dropping, this thing ran from $8.50 all the way to a whopping almost $15. This thing, even if you jumped in late, let's say you showed up late to work this morning here at CTU, you had a beautiful shake right here. I'm gonna zoom this in. This is gorgeous. Look at all the Fausto flags. Look at all the higher highs. This thing was just nonstop. It was a little volatile, I would have to admit. But when we got around 9:30, it didn't get too crazy up until we got around about 10 o'clock. Then we had these little shakes, new high, shake high, shake high. Look at this thing, all the way to $16. So even if you showed up late, there was so many opportunities out there to jump into that stock. And then obviously once we made that new higher low right here, we didn't break out past 15. You obviously, students, traders at CTU, you know what to expect. Another stock that also did well yesterday that we traded for some of you here, here's a stock, RNA. Great little stock. If you go back here, let me just go back yesterday. There's the same stock we traded on Wednesday. It ran from 14 all the way to 21, came back down. Didn't have that great jump as much as we traded on Wednesday, but Thursday, nice little move right here. Stock you can see it ran right here from like 10 o'clock to 9:30, boom. 14 all the way to about 20. That was not bad. I was just so impressed with yesterday. Just so much great action. Then for some of you show up middle of the day because, maybe you're not here, whatever it may be. IMV did great for us yesterday too. This was a nice cheap stock. Let me blow this up so you guys can get a little bit bigger. But what a nice little move. This one ran from $2.60 all the way to $4. Where in the hell do you find stocks like this? Where the hell do you find stock? It's just every day is such a great adventure. And then NVAX was just a phenomenal short yesterday. What was nice about NVAX, we talked about it in the morning meeting, and I said, you know what? Look at NVAX in pre-market. Okay, it was breaking lower lows. Now here's 8:30. We start our meeting. Let's say we were here yesterday, same time, 9 a.m. Right? This is where we saw the stock right around 9 a.m. I said, you know what? This is not looking too good, and this is a great trend. And don't be scared to short. And this has nothing to do about the market. Okay, this was trading on its own news. Once we got around 9:30, program trading kicked in. You could see it right there. 1450, boom, right down to 1350. Nice little dollar pop right there. Had a little bit of a short covering, and then obviously, listen, when we got here around 11:30, it was just like bye bye, game over. And then if you came in late, you showed up at 2:30 meeting. You know what I mean? We do the afternoon meeting. Great short. You had the writing right on the wall. You could see the stock was at the lows of the day. Once again, we talk about this in class. Josh going to talk about this on swing trading today. Boom, thing goes from 1240 all the way down to about 1120. So there was like money made all over the place on trading. The biggest thing you got to remember as being a good trader, what we kind of train you, you just got to make sure you know how to take those losses. You got to know how to walk away the winners, you know, because great traders, we never buy at the bottom, we never sell top, we always buy in between. All right, so that's what's yesterday. What is going on today? So the market's down about 330 points. We got a lot of reds going on over here. And, you know, even with all the reds out there, they're not down, you know, huge. But when we hop over here, where we always find our stocks, our little crystal ball, which is the top 20 list right there. I was going through the list. I didn't see that much out there. I mean, we had this stock right here, this MAXR, had a big pop right here. And you could see basically it's a buyout. Stock's up 120%, 27, 27 bucks. But as I was going down the list, I didn't really see that much out there. I mean, listen, third biggest percentage gainer on the New York is KOLD. We traded that stock before. What the hell's 9%? BKSY up 8%. Look at that trend in pre-market. It's not really doing that much. So drip. We always trade that stock a few times. Got a bunch of ETFs in here. Boyle. Remember I told you about Boyle, about trading Boyle. You can't day trade the stock. It's a good swing trade. You know what I mean? But you got to be a very aggressive trader to trade Boyle, but it's a lot of fun to trade. AMAM, we know this stock very well. For some of you just watching for the first time, the stock went from $1 to $4.50. Okay, let me tell you something. Just like what you saw, what we traded yesterday with ICVX. You know, AMAM was another one. They're there every day. Just don't even sweat it. Now, when they go over here in the New York on the Nasdaq exchange, which is our favorite spot to look at, I looked at this one. You could see it. It's gapped up because probably another buyout. You know, EXAS. It's got some good trends. It's moving up nicely. There's only one problem. It's a $55 stock, and we know we're not big fans of trading expensive stocks. Why go out there and trade it? And this is where people misconstrued about why they can't do this because they think you need a lot of money to do it. That's a very good example why you can't do it. So we're going to look at things a little bit more within our price range. This one's up 21%. AUVI, another nice little inexpensive stock, but once again, we're not breaking higher highs. We're not getting like that NVAX that we saw yesterday, that nice trend on the downside. You know, we're looking at the percentage gainers. We want to trend up like this one. This one looks pretty decent. It's not up a lot, though, 100,000 shares, but the stock was started out around 55 cents. It's already at $1.60. Looks like we're probably testing resistance levels. Yeah, it looks like right here. Let me go check out level 4. We already know about we're gonna go back to the COMS. The COSM, huge iceberg just showed up. Not really that huge, but from what the look of it in pre-market is a lot. But let me type in here and see what we got on level 4, BYSI. Let me just get the data on that one. Listen, it's Friday. Friday is not a good day to trade. It's the weekend. Listen, everyone has their holiday parties, their Christmas parties right now. You got Hanukkah this weekend. You know what I mean? It's just like there's just not, other than bad economic numbers that are coming out, other than that, you know, no one really likes to come out with any big news. So that's why you're not finding a lot of them. But usually we get these companies, they hold up. Okay, here we go. I got the orders right here. Yeah, we're getting crap. Nothing. Look at this. Not much at all. Big buyer showed up here. Looks like he got filled. Not that much. Oh, by the way, the COSM, just want to show you that. See that big iceberg order right there? When this guy showed up, okay, for all you guys watching on YouTube and that are new trials, let me just show you what we teach you here. When that guy showed up, look what ended up happening. Okay, if you weren't prepared and didn't get out, boom, that stock went from 410 all the way back down to 375. That is a 35-cent loss right there. Why? Because you too focused on the past, on some Fibonacci and indicator, but here we're focusing on the big orders. Okay, so that was a good lesson there just to show you that. But listen, one good stock that's doing really well too, I forgot to mention this, the EDU, which I'm so pissed that I sold that stock. I had that. I've been watching this stock since June, okay, and it hasn't been going anywhere. I've been trading in this channel. I feel like I'm gonna have to chase it now. But this stock has, it had this huge drop right here after the whole thing that happened with China and the lockdowns and crap. It was down all the way down to a price around, what was it, down to 17. But this stock is up about over a double since then. But she's doing great now. EDU, I'm throwing on a watch list, and Tau, what is it? TALU? Is that what it was? No. What's the other one? Is it? What is it? What's the symbol of the other one? Tau, right? It was TAL, right? TAL also a little bit more cheaper, a little more inexpensive. So both those stocks are really doing pretty well, breaking out. BDU was, if you remember, and like I told you yesterday, this was not a stock split. Okay, this was not a stock split. Right here in EDU. Oops, wrong one. There we go. EDU was at the $200 price range. This was not a stock split right there. If you're like, oh my God, that thing went from 150 all the way down there. Yeah, and it did do a reverse stock split. Was at $1, but not doing too well. All right, a couple other stocks. Anything else still going? We talked about that. Cuomo. Yep, the guy actually, he's showing up there. Buyer just showed up 35, so it's within that range. Grant, it looks like it's trading from $3.75 to $4. I'll show it to you really quick on YouTube. You can see it right there. See when this person showed up? Once he showed up, buyer showed up, boom, thing just popped about another 20 cents. Nice 30-cent profit right there. So, yeah, you got to follow the orders. All right, guys, listen, it's Friday. It's the weekend coming up. I don't think it's going to get too crazy, even though market's down. Just focus on nickels and dimes today, okay? You can't hit home runs. Listen, yesterday we did great. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best. The best, most important place you have to be with after this morning's meeting, make sure you just you get into Josh's swing class, because you know what? Everyone's swing trading. You're investing everything, and you really need to learn. You really need to learn how to deal with it. It's pretty much the same stuff. So let's get ready. Oh, here we go. Wow, there goes Cosmo, huh? COSM. Boom, buyers showed up. Stock just took off. Wow, look at that. Great lesson there. All right, so at least we got one nice little pop in one stock. So at least we got something there. All right, everybody, so let's get ready for the market open up. We got about 15 minutes. We'll be back here at 2:30 on YouTube and Facebook Live. You can always join us, like us, friend us. Like I said, always join our trading room if you want to and see what it's like we do all week. Everyone else, you see something, say something. If I don't see you, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you back here fresh on Monday. All right, everybody? Happy trading.